this is Justin from Books, Bricks, and Boards. Decided that today, rather than play another game of Too Many Bones, I'm going to take a bit of a side trek into the world of Marvel Champions. I played a game with Venom a couple weeks ago, so this will be my first time playing since then, and definitely my first time playing Nebula. So we'll see how that goes. Nebula came in the mail this week, so seemed like a good time to sleeve her up and see what she can do. Don't know much about her deck other than I know that to win with her, probably need to take advantage of her technique cards because she has a lot of them, and they give you some very good card advantage for those old school Magic players out there. Have some virtual cards in the fact that they do 2 cards worth of work sometimes. So, I have already got the villain deck set up. I've also got his main scheme set up. When it comes out, Defense Network comes out with us. It's got the crisis symbol, which means I can't take any threat off of the main scheme until I take care of Defense Network. So that's going to be a prime objective for me early on. I don't want him beating me on scheme. And then, of course, Klaw is always a little bit interesting to play against because with his attacks, he draws 2 cards to see the boost value, and that can potentially get hairy quick, or it can be a big nothing burger. So, without further ado, we're going to get started here. So, Nebula, I get 6 cards. So, One Way or Another, Brains Over Brawn, Combat Ready, Unyielding Persistence, another One Way or Another, and Cosmo. So, I see I've only got 1 technique card. So this is probably going to be a mulligan of some sort. Her basic thwart, I believe, is 2. Yeah, she's a 2/2/2 type of gal. So, not too sure I'm overly excited about this. It's a good card, but just don't know that it's going to be a game breaker. I can add a side scheme to draw 3 cards for a 0. That could be potentially good to get me up to a quick start. Combat Ready. Shuffle up to 2 technique upgrades from your discard pile into your deck. Discard cards from the top of your deck until you discard a technique upgrade. Put that upgrade into play, then resolve its special ability. For 1, that's pretty nifty. So the timing on her special ability, so after your turn begins, resolve the special ability on each technique upgrade you control, then discard each technique upgrade resolved this way. So the way that that's going to work, I play Unyielding Persistence. That gives her a +1 to thwart and to attack, and she gains Stalwart, sorry. And but then at the beginning of the next turn, her special ability goes off. I gain Tough, and then this gets discarded. So it's a short-term upgrade. It doesn't stay in effect. But she has some really neat cards where she can abuse those technique abilities. So I am actually going to... I've got 2 One Way or Another, so I could draw a ton of cards this turn and maybe just go off in 1 turn. It's probably not the best play, but I think that's what I'm going to try to do, just because it seems really fun and reckless. So I'm going to discard 2 cards. I'm going to get rid of Cosmo, and I'm going to get rid of Brains Over Brawn. And I am going to draw 2 cards. I got Heroic Intuition. I get a +1 thwart for that. And I got Weapons Master, which is a technique. Nebula gains 1 retaliate, and this is the card that I really like. There's 2 of them in the deck. Deal 4 damage to an enemy for her special. So that could potentially really do some work. So we're going to go ahead and start. And all of her technique abilities, the top row ability affects her in hero form, while the bottom row is just no matter what. Of course, it only goes off whenever she's in hero form, because that's where the special ability comes into play. So I'm going to go ahead and play one way or another. So search the encounter deck for a side scheme, reveal the side scheme, and then draw 3 cards. So I am going to, ooh, glad that I got that out of the way, because Shadows of the Past was right on top. So, okay, here's a side scheme. Masters of Evil. When revealed, discard cards from the encounter deck until a Masters of Evil minion is discarded. Put that minion into play, engage with the first player. And it's got 3 scheme on it. And then it accelerates the main scheme. So I need to take care of that. That could be very bad. Now technically I put that into play, then I'm supposed to shuffle it. Then I reveal the Masters of Evil minion, and then I get to draw my 3 cards. So, good and shuffled. Not a Masters of Evil minion. Not a Masters of Evil minion. Not. Melter. Okay. So Melter is now engaged with Nebula. Put that where you guys can see it. Now I get to draw my 3 cards. Keeping in mind, that's what I got going on right now. Got First Aid, Daughters of Thanos, sorry, and then Genius. So I've got some good resources here. And just because I'm nuts, I'm going to go ahead and do one way or another again. And we're going to, actually I search on this one, I don't discard. Search for the first side scheme that I can find. They may all be in the discard deck at this point. They are. Reveal that side scheme, draw 3 cards. Doesn't say what to do if you don't find a side scheme. Well, I'm going to choose the way that is least beneficial to me. I am going to say that I guess I just don't get the 3 cards. I may be wrong about that. If I am, put a comment into the comments section and let me know. I know that I am not an expert at this game by any means. So, I'm going to play Combat Ready, and with Combat Ready, I'm going to choose option 2 here. Discard cards from the top of your deck until you discard a technique upgrade. Oh, Lethal Intent. That is the card that I want. There's a technique upgrade. Okay. Put it into play, then resolve its special ability. So, deal 4 damage to an enemy. So I could deal 4 to Klaw, or I could deal 4 to Melter. I'm going to go ahead and deal 4 to Melter. we're going to do it that way. Then I played a technique card. So I draw 2 cards. That's limit once per turn. I got 2 brains over brawn. She's going to flip to hero side. I am going to... I'm going to discard a... Oh, actually, wait a minute. Okay, I am going to discard a Brains over Brawn to play Unyielding Persistence. I'm going to discard a Daughters of Thanos to play Weapons Master. So now my thwart and attack are both 3. I have Stalwart, which means I am immune to stun and confusion for at least while that's effective. I have a Retaliate 2 because I've got Weapons Master out twice. Then I am going to so I'm really thinking I could potentially play Brains over Brawn, use my 3 thwart, get rid of this so that this stays under control, and also get a free attack out of it, killing Melter, so it eliminates that, and so I'm just up at that point on those. But then I lose the opportunity to play Heroic Intuition this turn. But I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to play Genius to play... Actually, I guess I have to do it in order. So I'm going to thwart for 3, which gets rid of the scheme. And then I'm playing Brains over Brawn by paying for it with Genius. After I make a basic thwart, deal damage to an enemy equal to my hero's thwart. So that kills Melter. And at that point, I am going to discard that just to be able to draw an extra card. And I'm going to draw my 4 cards to get me back up to my hand side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I've got 5 cards. I've got Heroic Intuition still. I've got Lethal Intent, which unfortunately it's not going to help me because these are going to go away at the beginning of my turn. I can't flip back to my hero or my alter ego side right now. It would be useful with that, but I don't think this is going to be a great second turn. End of turn, I ready my hero. Put these down here so I don't forget what I've got. And then we're going to go to the villain's turn. Place threat on the main scheme. Gets 1. This one does not gain any. I can't take any threat off of this until I get rid of that. The villain activates once per player. He is going to attack because I'm in hero form. He gets an additional boost card, so boost number 1. Good thing that was the boost card and not the encounter card, so that's 2 damage and 3 damage. I did not defend that, so I take 3 damage. So that puts me at 6. Now I deal an encounter card. Claw's Vengeance. Klaw attacks you. Oh, that's not good. If this attack deals damage, place 1 threat on the main scheme. I am going to defend against this. I don't have an extra defense, so I'm just defending 2, but I can't afford, if it draws 2 big ones, I could just die. So that's 1 damage. I did avoid an advance on that too. I blocked it with my 2, so I don't take any additional damage. Which also means I don't put an additional threat on the side scheme. So that's the end of his turn. I am exhausted now, so that's not good, but we'll see what we can do. Beginning of my turn, all my specials go off. So I'm going to deal 8 damage to Klaw from my 2 weapons masters. So he's got 4 hit points left. Not a bad start. Then Nebula is going to get a tough status card. So she is tough now. That'll help next turn. Then we got to see what I'm going to play this turn. So I know that all the side schemes are in here because that was a problem I had last turn. So that's not going to help me. Well, this deck is all about getting out these techniques. Lethal Intent would be great, but in this case, actually, this might not be too bad to play Lethal Intent here. Yeah, so what I'm gonna do, I really want to keep Venom. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to pay for Cutthroat Ambition. So she gains Piercing and Overkill, which is not gonna really help right now. Then I am going to discard Heroic Intuition that I held on to last turn. Now that feels foolish. To pay for Lethal Intent, to be able to use this ability right now to get rid of that, which gets rid of that scheme. And I'm going to hold on to Venom and hope against hope that I can get him out maybe next turn. Because next turn this is going to hit and it's going to take that back down to 0, and then Venom could potentially attack for free maybe. So I'm going to ready my hero. I've got 1 card here I need to draw up to 5, so 2, 3, 4, and 5. Got another Cutthroat Ambition, also got Gamora. See what happens. And so we're going to go to the villain's turn. He is going to attack me. I'm actually not going to defend because I've got tough. I can block it. So that would have been a huge strike against me. That would have been 4 damage. But instead, it just knocks my tough off. So then we draw an encounter card, Sonic Boom. So he's going to exhaust me unless I spend 3 different energy. Wow. I don't think that it's worth it to pay. Doesn't say one of these. It says to spend all of that. Technically, I could spend that, but I don't think it's worth it. I think I'm going to go ahead and get exhausted because that's not that good. Okay, so back to my turn. This goes off, removes 3 for, oh, I should have added 1 to that. I didn't because I knew this was coming. Takes off 3, so that goes away. then we're going to go ahead and pay energy and these two cards. Yep, I'm dropping Gamora to play Venom for 4. And there's no threat on the main scheme. He takes 1 less consequential damage, so he'll only take 1 to do 3 damage to Klaw. So he's got 3 hit points left. And Klaw's down to 1 on his first form. At that point, this is a technique. So I'd like to hold on to it because I can use that to kind of fuel him by keeping threat off of there. But I keep only getting 4 cards each turn. That's probably okay because I've discarded a lot of cards too, and I don't want to draw the extra encounter card. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I got combat ready, so I could potentially get 2 of my technique cards back. That wouldn't be bad, especially with as small as my deck is right now. I could get to them rather quickly. Power of Justice is perfect because I've got Wraith. So actually next turn is probably going to be pretty good. So we're going to go ahead and put a threat on the scheme. He is going to attack me. I'm going to draw those, but I'm not going to reveal them yet because I need to decide if I'm going to defend or not. I think I'm going to because I'm afraid at 6 health that just might not be enough. So I'm going to defend. So that's my defense right there. So I did end up taking 1 point of damage. So I'm down to 5. Probably getting close to the point where I need to either heal, or I'm going to have a couple of allies, so I could potentially burn one of them. But anyways, we got the encounter to worry about first. So after this card is revealed, reveal an additional encounter card. All right. Oh, and I got Radioactive Man. Whew. That's not great. He's got 7 health. Yikes. Not great at all. Okay. So next turn, these guys are going to be beating me up, or I need to deal with them. That stinks because I've got Klaw down to 1. So, okay. First things first. We're going to play Power of Justice. And discard that for 3 total for those. Then I am going to play that for 0 and use its second ability, or its first ability, to get 2 technique cards back. And I am going to get that for 2 weapons masters. And I shuffle those back into this deck, but there's not a lot of cards in this deck. So I should be seeing both of those again real soon. And with Klaw almost being flipped to his next side, that could potentially be very good for me. So I am going to really worried about this guy. He's going to make me discard a card at random from my hand. Unfortunately, I don't really have anything I can do about that. I can only do 6 damage, so I can't kill him this turn. Maybe I just ignore him and just try to smack Klaw. Kind of getting low on hit points too, though. Guess I could use Wraith. I think I need to flip for one thing to get more cards, because I'm going to be losing one, and then I could potentially heal too. So Wraith is going to thwart away that, and then Venom is going to attack for 1, and he does 3 damage. I could flip Klaw. What does he do when he flips? Ooh, so he puts out the Immortal Klaw whenever he does it. So if you're dealing with another scheme, I assume that's a scheme. Or I could kill this guy. That's 1 less dude to worry about. Or I could put 3 on him. Eventually I'm going to have to deal with this guy. I'm going to put 3 on him. Probably not the right decision, but it's what I'm doing. So I'm going to draw up to 6 now. I've got 1 card, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, next turn may be decent. If I don't lose on scheme, because I've got lots of guys scheming on me now. Okay, so first things first, I place 1 onto the main. Then he schemes for 2 plus 2. Okay, so that means he's scheming for 4. Yikes. So it's at 5. It is definitely going to flip when it gets, wrong ones. It's going to flip when it gets to these guys here. Okay, so he schemes, flips it to the final scheme. Then he schemes it up 1. And I have to take care of these guys. All right. So then I need to draw a counter card, Assault. This card gains Surge, so it draws another card. This card gains Surge, it draws another card. When revealed, each Masters of Evil minion attacks the hero it is engaged with. If no attacks were made this way, search the encounter deck and discard for a Master of Evil's minion, put it into play, engage with you, then shuffle the encounter deck. So I am not in hero form, but I believe I am still considered the hero. Look at that. I think I'm just going to roll with it. So we're going to say he attacks me. So I take 1 point of damage, and I have to discard a card at random. So I'm at 4 health, not great. Discard a card at random. Don't be my technique card, please. And it was one of my technique cards. Not the better one, but still not what I wanted to happen. Okay, so, oh, I forgot to untap these guys at the end. And I forgot to untap her at the end as well. So, my turn. So I could potentially get 2 activations out of her. But I need... We'll see how this goes. Oh, and you should have had... Wraith should have had a damage from thwarting earlier. Okay. Nowhere. I don't know how many more Guardian Allies I'm going to play this turn, or this game. After you spin this card, remove 1 threat from the main scheme. Oh, and there's no cost on it. Wow. But I got to be in hero form to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and heal before I forget to do that, because I need to get up. I'm at 7 now. That puts me a little more comfortable, but not a lot. I am going to discard Nowhere to play Justice Served. And I'm going to discard Heroic Intuition to play Weapon Master. I apologize if you can't see that. Weapon Master is the technique card. Gives me Retaliate 1 and deals 4 damage to an enemy if during the special. I'm going to discard, or I'm going to actually play Determination to remove 1 threat from the main scheme, which makes Venom much more effective. After you thwart and remove the last threat from a scheme, discard Justice Served and ready your hero. I'm going to flip her to hero and then ready her. So now I am going to and also I played a technique, so I got to draw 2 cards. That might have changed what I did. Evasive maneuvering, I can ignore guard, the patrol icon, and the crisis icon. And this special is choose to either confuse or stun an enemy. I'm going to discard strength to play that, so they get the special ability next turn. So I'm going to attack Radioactive Man, and then also attack Radioactive Man here. So it's 5, which kills him, thankfully. And then we're going to go ahead and I'm going to wait another turn to flip Klaw. I'm going to attack him, which kills Wraith and him. End of the turn, going to ready those and draw 5 cards. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Ooh. Next turn would have been a really great turn for the card that lets me play all my specials. I've got a Weapon Master as well. That's going to be really good. Okay. So we're going to go with Klaw first. I'm in hero form, so he's going to attack me. And we're going to put those down there. And I'm going to block with Venom. And good choice, because it would have been 4 damage. Venom valiantly saved me from 4 damage. What a gentleman. And then the encounter card. It's flipped. Sonic Boom. So Nebula's exhausted anyways. Okay. So untap. Actually, no, not untap. Sorry. Beginning of my turn. So I guess beginning of the turn, deal 4 damage to Klaw, which flips him. He's got 18 hit points now. And that's this one. Choose to either stun or confuse an enemy. So I am going to stun Klaw so he doesn't attack me. And then I need to get out the Immortal Klaw. So the Immortal Klaw is not in the encounter deck, so I need to search here. It is a side scheme. Oh, I did forget to put that on there. Side scheme starts with 3. He gets plus 10 hit points. Ugh. So he's got 28 hit points until I get rid of that side scheme. Well, that seems to be a high priority now. Rather than stun, I confuse him. Nope, gonna keep with stun. Nebula's ship would have been nice earlier. Well, this is just going to look silly now. I'm going to flip. I'm going to discard going to discard Nebula's ship. Play Weapon Master. Get to draw 2 cards. 1. I'm shuffling my deck to get to my second card. That means I'm going to have an extra encounter card that's face down in front of me, but it does not flip until that phase of the villain phase, I believe. If I'm wrong about that, please let me know down in the comments. Okay, another card. Lethal Intent. Okay, now we're talking. Play Power of Justice for Eros. Play confuse a minion for each resource used. Okay, so this was a wild, so I could say that was that. So I can confuse as well. Well, that's good. Now he can't run up the scheme on me. He's also going to take 2 off of that, brings it down to 1. Oh. This should have went away, so that should be shuffled into my deck. These 2 cards here, I'm not sure they're going to be great for me. I'm going to be getting one of these real soon, which means the scheme is going to be building quicker. I think I'm actually going to discard those. I'm going to hold on to Lethal Intent. I'm going to hope against hope that I get some maybe Weapon Masters or something else that's going to help me. I'm going to untap, ready my heroes and draw up to 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Got another Lethal Intent. Got a one way or another, but the side schemes are all in there. Determination's going to be good because I can remove a scheme that's going to be necessary. Okay. Well, we're going to go to his turn. He is going to activate. He is going to try to scheme. But instead of doing that, we'll discard that. So then we're going to draw a counter card. It's going to be Tiger Shark. And he gets tough after he attacks. So now back to me already. Oh, and forgot again. Need to put that on there. Oh, and that should have affected last turn as well. So we'll say that's at 4. Okay. Need to draw some cards real bad because I don't have anything worth playing. I'm going to flip to hero side. I'm going to thwart away arrows to take 2 off of that. I'm going to thwart that away because it gets rid of 10 hit points and also that annoying acceleration. So he's down to 18 hit points, down to 18 hit points. Wow. Then I am going to play Determination. Oh, after you spin this card, that's even better. So I can actually spin this card to play something and then take 1 off. I played that incorrectly earlier. Okay. So I am going to use those 2 to pay for nowhere. take a threat off because I used determination. Then I am going to pay for first aid with one way or another. Gets me back up to full. I'm at 9 hit points. And I'm going to hold on to Lethal Intent and hope I get something I can play with it. Ready, and draw 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, well, not perfect, but not horrible. Okay. He goes, he's going to try to attack, but instead he was stunned, so that happens. He does attack. Do I take the 3? I think I do. I think I just have to ignore him. I am not doing much damage right now. Oh, I needed to add 1 to that. I always forget that. So, defend 2 or do 2 damage. I'm at full health. I'm going to take, yeah, I'm going to take 1. I'm going to defend. So I defend, back to me, my turn. Gee whiz, such a tough decision. I'm gonna discard 3 cards, play Gamora, exhaust nowhere to draw a card. It's one way or another again. Not what I needed. So I don't get the special ability because I don't have any techniques. I'll start burning through his hit points and just gonna try to race him. Okay, end of turn. Ready my stuff. And discard one way or another and draw 4. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, this might be the turn that I just go off. I get 2 lethal intents and I got a weapons master. And I've got combat ready. So, and I've got Daughters of Thanos with Gamora. Yeah, this is gonna be a good turn. Okay, if I can survive. So, it's all about surviving now. So Klaw's turn. Klaw is going to attack me. I am going to defend. We'll see what happens. Klaw does 2, 3 damage, so I take 1 of it. So I'm at 7. Tiger Shark, who should have had a tough on him, is going to attack me. I'm going to take 3 from him too. Puts me at 4. And then play the encounter card. Oh, needed to put 1 on there. When revealed as a hero, take 2 damage. Klaw heals 2 damage. Okay, so he's back up to 18. And I am all the way down to 2. That was closer than I thought it was going to be. Okay. So that's it. My turn. Oh, don't untap. So, we are going to We're going to go ahead and discard Combat Ready to play Daughters of Thanos to draw 3 cards. 1, 2, and 3. And these are basically just going to be fuel to play my other cards. So I'm going to discard 1 there to play Weapon Master. I'm going to discard 1 there to play Lethal Intent for 1 to resolve Weapon Master's special ability to do 4 damage. Down to 14. Then I am going to discard 1 there to do the same thing again, do 4 damage again, right there. Then I am going to thwart 2 off the scheme with Gamora. Untap. Oh, wait a minute. Before I untap. I think I can afford to flip her. Then when I come back online, yeah, I can heal a little bit, maybe, because I've taken some threat off the scheme. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. I flip her. Now we're ready. Then I'm going to drop to 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, got another Weapon Master. Beginning of round, going to put that on there like I'm supposed to. He's going to scheme for 2, plus now, and I don't know, I think I need to put an extra one on because I've gone through his whole deck. Hopefully I don't just lose here, but I think I might have screwed up. I might have just lost the game. Okay, so he schemes for 4. Yep, and then Shark schemes for 1, and I lose. So I misplayed that. I shouldn't have played it the way I did, and that's why I lost. Hey, this is Justin back. Just finished my game up of Nebula versus Klaw. Did not end the way I wanted it to, obviously. Lost on scheme. Made a bad play at the end. Decided at the last minute I was going to turn into alter ego form to try to heal up a little bit and go for another run. And got a, not even a really bad draw from Klaw. It was just a bonehead move on my part to even put myself at that much risk. I needed him to draw something low, and I didn't get that. I was probably going to kill him the next turn, and just didn't get it done. But as far as the Nebula deck goes, very cool deck. The techniques in the deck are really interesting. Like I said at the beginning of the game, I thought they were going to be a little bit like card advantage. In my playthrough, it didn't work that way, and I'm sure I had a lot of misplays because I don't play a lot of champions. As much as I like the game, I just don't have the time. But it turned out in my game, most of the time, The top ability was pretty inconsequential, and it was really the special where I was getting my value from. So the special abilities can be quite powerful, but they are also delayed. So it makes it a little bit trickier to make them effective. It was also more common with this deck than any other deck that I've played to agonize over which cards to discard and which cards I needed to play. I think I just need some practice with Nebula. She's a little bit more involved than the other decks that I typically play. Like I said, I don't play a lot. I've played maybe 4 games in the last 6 months. So, I did play a little bit before that too. So Nebula is very fun. Think that she has a lot of potential. A 2/2/2 hero makes her pretty flexible. She has some really neat allies. Venom especially, that 3 attack, potentially for only 1 consequential damage. Gamora is a great ally. Just a lot of different things going on. She had some cards that helped remove threat and then also deal damage in addition to that when you're doing it. So overall, Nebula was very fun. I would say that not really my cup of tea. I like to play the Iron Man or Black Panther style, where you kind of build up an engine and then you use that engine to just totally dominate. And I thought that's what I was getting with Nebula, but she seems more, I guess, in Magic terms, she would be like a combo deck, I think. You got to really plan out how to get the most out of your technique cards in order to make her the most effective. So, again, Marvel Champions, great game. If you get a chance to play it, give it a try. Solo is great. 2-player is great. I have heard, and I've played 2-player, I played solo a bit, but I have heard that with more than 2 players, it can get pretty clunky time-wise, and it doesn't surprise me because even when I did play it 2-player, I felt like it was slower than I liked. With single-player, it's just constant movement, and you're flipping cards, and you're building an engine, and you're doing things. Whenever you're watching somebody else do that, it's a little bit boring sometimes, I gotta admit. 2-player, not too bad because you don't have long periods of time with that. But overall, do enjoy Marvel Champions. So if you're looking for some solo or co-op, with the caveat 2 players or under, then that would be a great game to try. And if you're looking to pick up a new hero deck, if you like combo play, if you like that sort of flexibility that comes with a 2/2/2 hero, Nebula would be a good one to give a shot. Again, this is Justin from Books, Bricks, and Boards. Good gaming, and God bless.